Hello, and welcome to Talking Wall podcast where I talk about literally anything and everything with my little side dish of opinion. Alright, gonna be honest, this week fucking sucked. I'm saying that because the week after a huge loss just sucks. The first few days, I was just very upset, and everything just felt wrong. Like, every little thing reminded me of the person that I had lost. And it was a constant battle to try not to cry. Like, even just sitting in class, just like, it was the silence that just wouldn't, I couldn't ignore the silence. And I couldn't I couldn't let myself be in a silent manner because I was so almost lost. I was just so gone at that point. And um I mean, it hasn't even been a week since this person to me that meant so much has died. Yet I'm feeling better, but I also have been trying not to think about it. So this is today I really want to talk about like redesigning yourself after a loss, cuz like after you lose somebody so close to you, it's like how do you continue to function? How do you go about going about your life, you know? Like, how do you continue to function, and how much it actually hits you? It's the cause and effect, like, effect. It's the ripple effect. It's the domino effect. It's the wave effect. It's the loss of this person is always going to affect me, and it's redesigning my life to understand that and accept that, while also moving forward knowing that, yeah, I'm selfish, and yeah, this fucking sucks, but how do I go about it better? So, I mean, I've been writing a lot more lately, and I've been doing a lot more like creative feeling kind of stuff lately. And I will say that, like, in those writings and in those creations, I've been allowing myself to feel what I need to feel. So the first 2 days, I really like tried to close off my emotions. I tried to be like, no, like, I'm not gonna feel this because I felt so weak and I felt like such a shit person that I just tried like blocking it out. I tried to not see it and be like, it's okay, like it is what it is. Like I tried to make myself I tried to make myself not feel what I needed to feel. And excuse me, I like burped. Um just understanding the fact that I can't get over what I need to get over without understanding why I'm feeling that way. So, to begin with that, I had to really like dive into myself, and I had to really like pay attention to how much I needed to feel, and like how much I was like just not trying to feel it. Like, with this loss, my heart was ripped into like a million pieces at least. And it's like I wanted to tell somebody. I mean, I told people that, like, yeah, I just had the biggest loss of my life probably. But I didn't tell them how I was feeling. I didn't tell them that I felt like shit, that I didn't really care how I was driving or how everything was going in my life. Like, I didn't tell them those aspects, but they knew that I was going through stuff, and it's like they knew that I was there. And going through this, like, really, like, I don't think I've ever been supported the way that I was supported this time that I've had such a big loss. Like, usually, like, oh yeah, I'll have my parents or whatever, but it's like I had somebody that it's been sticking by my side for close to a year now. Like, I've never had somebody that I can just turn to and hug and just start bawling. Like, that, like, I'm sure that I'm sure many of the people listening to this have heard of the anatomy of a heart, or the anatomy of a hug, where the hearts are on opposite sides and it makes like a person quote unquote whole. But I have never felt so, like, I was oh my gosh, let me just restart this. I had given this person a hug because I was like trying to talk about the way I was feeling, but when I start to talk about the way I feel, I choke up immediately. And this person just like hugged me. And I couldn't tell you like the last time that I've been hugged like that, you know? Like, I've never been like, not that I've never been, but it's just like I don't remember at this point in my time that like, I don't remember being so like cared for, if that makes sense. Like, I've never felt so like important to somebody. And I find that crazy because like I feel like there's so many people in my life that are so important to me, but like I've never felt important to somebody else, you know? And in that hug I was done. I was I was sobbing, and it was a hug that lasted like 10 minutes. And it just like it let me express my own way, like what I need to express. Like, I don't like crying in front of people. Like, I don't like admitting feelings. I don't like doing that stuff, but like crying in this person's arms let me feel what I needed to feel. And like so deeply. Like, I like I've I had this phase where like I was like nothing affects me. Like, I was like I'm a stone cold wall. Like, I just like I don't care and all that. And then like that slowly that kind of wall has like begin to like slowly drop and drop and drop, which is really nice. But it's like I'm feeling things so much more deeper, and I'm feeling these emotions that are so much more emotiony. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm feeling so much more happier that I've like been able to let this wall down, and I've been able to experience things that I wouldn't have like experienced if I had kept that like kind of wall and facade up. But I've also felt the absolute lows so much lower, I feel like instead of just having one stagnant like constant feeling, I've been up, plateauing, dropping, plateauing, rising, skyrocketing, plateauing, and then dropping. And it's just like it it really tugs you around. But when you kind of realize that like that's just how it is and that's how it should be, like you kind of like you can take a deep breath. You can actually like, you know, like you can take that second to appreciate that, yeah, I'm so happy right now. And yeah, I'm gonna feel really fucking sad. Like, sometime, maybe a month down the road, it could be a week, it could be a day, it could be an hour. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have those lows. And it's okay because I'm still gonna feel those highs. And it's like, there's a time where for so long, one of the reasons why I kept that facade up is because I was like, oh, if I'm gonna feel happy, I know there's gonna be sadness around the corner. But having that sadness around the corner, for me at least, I take the time sometimes. It takes me a little bit sometimes to come around to the fact that like, oh, this is happening for a reason, and what can I learn from it, and how can I understand that this is gonna happen again, but it'll be okay. Like, the entire the entire ups and downs of feelings and emotions is just that entire like aspect and all that, you just have to really teach yourself that, yeah, it's gonna be okay. It might not be okay in this exact moment, but it will be okay. I mean, not every day is like quote unquote guaranteed or anything, but like you're still gonna be okay. And okay doesn't mean you're gonna be happy again. It's not saying that, oh yeah, everything's gonna be unicorns and rainbows. It's saying that, yeah, you're feeling like this. You're feeling like fucking shit. You're feeling selfish. You're feeling greedy. You're feeling all these terrible feelings. But you're also gonna feel all those things again. You're also gonna feel happiness. You're gonna feel blessed. You're gonna feel these really, really big, happy emotions again. You're gonna be able to understand everything. Not everything. You can understand why you're feeling those things. And you just have to take the time to kind of reflect. Like, I spent an entire day just thinking, how can I make this better for, like, quote unquote next time? Not even next time, just like refocusing what it means to be me and how I'm going to deal with it, you know? And it's like, I'm still dealing with it. Like, I still get teary eyed when I think about it. But I just have to remind myself that, yes, this happened and I can't change it. That's okay. But I need to refocus on myself and redesigning myself to build up the things that I need to build up to help me with this quote unquote issue or whatever it is. Like, I have to rebuild myself to the aspect that I can't be as selfish as I was. I was selfish and it fucking sucked to be selfish. It fucking sucked to feel the way that I feel still and to feel the way that I felt. I never want to feel that greedy or that selfish or that sad again. Like, I don't, and I need to figure out a way. I don't need to figure it out. I need to be more willing to go do those things that make me uncomfortable when it's not necessarily benefiting me, but benefiting the person or the thing that I need to fix or make better. It's like, for me, going and visiting somebody, even if it makes me really uncomfortable, or even if they can't speak, or if they can't do all those things, like, visiting them in that moment might not be very fun, but visiting them and, like, remembering you visiting them and that effect that you had on them, that's gonna be what that you're gonna remember. Like, that's something that I need to realize to, like, that's not something I don't need to realize. It's something that I need to make happen before this kind of situation happens again. Also, another really big thing for me was, like, just knowing the time that I'm wasting. Like, I didn't do the math. I read a report the other day that if you spend even just 3.5 hours on your phone every day for an entire year, that is 52 days that you're spending on your phone. That's 52 days where you're just sitting on your ass or doing whatever you're doing, where you're not giving your full, like, attention to something. Like, in those 52 days, like, a minimum wage job, like, in the US, will make you $10,000 or something like that. Like, I don't know if I used Oregon minimum wage, not the federal minimum wage, so the results will obviously vary per state, but just realize that, like, 52 days. What could I be doing with those 52 days? I could be doing so many more things. I could be learning so much more. And I could be allowing myself to go see those people. And I could be spending that time with people that matter. And even just, like, spending that time by myself, not on my phone. Like, I can take back that time and use it for something that's beneficial. And that's something that I would definitely want to try more with, realizing that, like, people don't last forever. I haven't had a family death in the last 5 years. And back when I was, like, 13, like, that was a very confusing time for me. So I don't recall the pain or anything like that. But with this death hitting so close to home and like just it like I would say it like probably like quote unquote killed me a little bit. Like I don't think I've ever been knocked down so hard before. And that even showed like during practice, like I just had no motivation. Not even motivation. I just like I wanted to sit and do nothing. I just wanted to bawl. Like I didn't even want to like talk to anybody, and I didn't want to do anything. It was just like I just felt like shit. Like there's a time in practice where I just like couldn't do something correctly, and I just walked away because I couldn't force myself to sit there and continue to try because I was just getting so frustrated to the point where like my eyes were watering and it was just all gonna come out, and so I just had to walk away. And I hate walking away from stuff that's not completed or not like at a satisfactory level. And that moment I just couldn't finish what I needed to finish, and I couldn't focus enough. And that was just that was a really big eye opener. That was also the day that I had gotten a hug and just bawled. And since that day, I'd say it's been easier because I like I said, I felt what I needed to feel, and it's been a lot easier since then. Although it's still not easy, you know. But I have to be like honest with myself about it because if I'm not, then I'm just putting up a facade that's gonna break a lot easier, you know? Like, continuing with, like, how much time you're wasting, like, I really had to come to terms that, like, life isn't gonna just stop for me. Like, nothing is just gonna pause. Like, that's just not how life works, believe it or not. Like, getting that news, I just, like, that day just sucked. The few days after just sucked, and it's just like I just wanted time to pause, you know? I just wanted to sit down and just like take a deep breath. But like I felt like life has hit faster this week than any other time in my life. Like to be honest with like how much I've been processing and how much I've been like having to like realize, this week went by so fast. Like I don't even remember like Monday. I remember Monday, I remember parts of Monday, but I don't remember like the whole day. I don't remember Tuesday or Wednesday. I remember yesterday and the day before, or I remember yesterday, which was Thursday, and today, which is Friday. And it's like, it was just like me blocking out those times because it just sucked. Like, you know? So, that's a big thing. But just realizing that, like, tests aren't just gonna stop happening, that practice isn't just gonna stop, that you can't just, like, take a step back for like a week or two, because that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to stay home on Monday because I was just so done, not even done, just so emotional. I guess I hate saying that because like I try not to be like emotional because like the whole thing about like me being quote unquote weak, like that aspect of just understanding that, yeah, I'm fucking weak right now. Yeah, everything that's like upsetting is gonna hit me 10 times harder than any other time, any other usualness. But like it's a hit in the face. It is more of a reality check to me to realize that like, what am I doing with my life? Like it made me realize like a lot of bad qualities about myself that I want to fix for sure. And like all the things that I'm just feeling. Like why the fuck do I feel like that? Like it's just this week was just a lot, and it's like I'm still trying to figure out ways to make myself better, because as a human you're always evolving, and I think that always evolving as like a mental state and like presenting yourself is always evolving. Like I've never presented myself as selfish. Like if I had to share a cookie with somebody, like I'd give them the bigger half if I broke it in half, or I'd just give it to them. Like I was like, oh yeah, like I'm never selfish, but when it comes to like situations like this, like feeling the way that I felt and acting the way I did, I was incredibly selfish. Like it really came back to bite me in the ass, and it really just came back to slap me really fucking hard and to really wake me up. And I think that like realizing that makes you feel everything a lot deeper, you know? And it kind of really fucking sucks to feel everything super deep. And I had to shut my door. The Roomba is coming by. But just understanding all that, like today is Friday and I've spent the last few hours listening to a few songs on repeat and watching a few Instagram reels. That makes me like feel things. Not necessarily feel things, but just like being like, oh shit. So like one of those songs that's been on repeat lately is Need To by Pinegrove. Another big one that's been on repeat is Evergreen by Richie Mitch and the Coal Miners. End of a Beginning. Just like I Walk This Earth All By Myself by Ecstasy. Just like songs like that just make you like fucking sit and be like, where do I need to refine myself? Because right now I feel lost, and those songs are making me feel not lost, you know? And I think it's incredible that music can do that. But I'm gonna cut the episode here, because I don't think I can talk for very much longer without crying. So thank you for listening to this episode. If you could, please like comment or like rate it, because when you comment or rate, it like actually like makes my views go through the roof. It's kind of crazy. Like there's a few episodes that have some comments, and the views on those are way much higher than the ones I don't. So even if it's something dumb like, oh, I relate to this, or like try out this song to like listen to or whatever, like just please comment something. Yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.